Hello everyone, this is Bill with Yarn Crafts for Lefties. I received a video request from Gordon over in the UK on how to make a purl stitch English style, so that is what we're going to learn how to do today. I'm going to apologize up front if any of this seems overly slow or clumsy. English style isn't the manner that I do most of my knitting in, but I will tell you this. Learning to be able to make a knit in a purl stitch English style left-handed will be very useful for you if you're a continental knitter, and vice versa, because if you get into color work, it can be really helpful to have one color in your left hand, one color in your right hand. So I absolutely advocate learning to do a knit and a purl stitch, both continental and English style, just so that way when you do need it, you know how to do it. But whatever one is your preferred method, stick with that for the majority of everything else. So, here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to have the right hand needle, which has all of our stitches on it. We're just going to hold that with our right hand. That's pretty much the extent of the work that our right hand is going to do through all of this. Our left hand is going to do everything else. We're going to take the tip of our left hand needle and insert it from left to right under the front leg of our first stitch. Once we do that, I usually pinch my fabric and the needle with my right hand so that way the left hand needle is stable. Now, I'm going to show you this in an extreme motion at first so that way you can see exactly what the yarn is doing. I am bringing the yarn parallel to the left hand needle, behind the left hand needle, around the front to wrap the yarn. Now I'm going to slide it through to the back so you can see we've now have a loop sitting on our left hand needle, and then we're just going to slide the old loop up and off, and we've just created a purl stitch. The resulting purl stitch is identical to a continental, no difference. So now we're going to insert from left to right again. I'm going to wrap, and now the motion can actually be very small, and it is going to get obscured by the camera, but I want you to see how small it can be. 1. I came up with the same wrap through and off. Now I'll show it to you again, and I will keep the motion a little bigger so it doesn't get obscured. We're wrapping around, I'm sliding the yarn down, and I'm not pulling it, I'm not making the wrap tight, it's a loose wrap. Whenever we make a stitch, we want to keep our wrap loose, that way we're keeping a consistent tension. I'm wrapping through to the back, slide off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Essentially all that's happening is I'm making a rolling motion with my hand. Even if I keep it bigger, notice my hand is pretty much just rolling right around. So when I keep it smaller, it's the same roll. But for terms of the video, I have to keep it bigger, otherwise you can't see anything. So remember that when you're making your stitch, your roll does not have to be so pronounced. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all there is to making a purl stitch English style. I hope you found this video helpful. This is Bill with Yarn Crafts for Lefties. Happy knitting!